everybody, it's Kat, and I'm back for another session of Kat's Cauldron. And I explained last time where we got the name Kat's Cauldron from the story of Cauldron, which is a great Welsh myth. And today we are going to talk some more about things that matter to me. And I made sure that I have my coffee because, you know, let's face it, everything runs on coffee. And the guys that let me film here, where I also do my readings, is Earthbound Metaphysical Shop on Main Street in North Syracuse. And they have some of the best products known to man and some of the best coffee. Look, I'm even getting the label. Product placement. Okay, so anyways, what I wanted to talk about is inspired by my dear friend Anthony, who has his own channel, and I will make sure to put a link to his channel in the space below. And he recently, in his personal Facebook, did something that was like wild, crazy, brave. At least it is for me. He totally took a picture of himself that would not violate community standards on Facebook in the buff of just who he is. No Photoshop, no glamming it up, no nothing. He just did the picture. And I have to be totally honest, it set me back quite a bit because in my own life, I am very self-aware of my size and what I look like, and those pressures were instilled on me mostly from a very young age. I had a parent who had her own issues concerning weight and beauty, and she really obsessed that I would be, they didn't have toddlers and tiaras back then, but if they did, I'm sure I would have been on the front line of that. And subsequently, my entire adult life, I have had nothing but weight issues. I have had nothing but appearance issues, dysmorphia, where I'm convinced that I am Quasimodo ugly. I've tried to wear makeup, I've tried to do all different things, and in the end, I finally came to a very strange realization. I'm 52 years old, and I have been divorced since 2005, and my realization that I came to was that the wiring that I've got going on in here is something that until I was 18 pretty much did not have a lot of control over. That negative influence, those things that were programmed into me, I didn't ask for it, but it was put there. From roughly 20 until now, it's kind of been my job to reconcile my life to a certain reality. And one of the things in throwing away negative influences and trying to get myself realigned is my spirituality. It sounds trite, but what I got going on in here is eternal and everlasting. And this shell that I'm driving, it's falling apart, it's got issues, but it is not the sum total of my being. And if someone cannot recognize the God that resides in me, that resides in them, that's kind of their problem, not my own. And when I get a cutting remark, when somebody decides to say something really tasteless and tacky, I am an adult, I can choose the response, and I can choose to internalize that, or I can choose to let it go. So in my metaphysical talk today, I really am of the opinion that my life's work has been to not internalize the garbage and suck it up into my own life. And while I'm very sorry, Anthony, there will be no pictures of me in the buff. I don't think I'll ever get that entirely brave. I will say that I really do think that as I get a little more mature in my life, I know that I can pretty much think about things I need to deal with. I need to deal with injustice, which doesn't require eyeshadow, which is me taking an active role in the world around me and voting and doing different things like that. I need to be involved in the metaphysical, such as my reading abilities with the cards, palms, tea leaves, making sure that I'm giving back to the person handing me the money a good, valid reading to the best of my ability. And I need to be in service to my guides and deities in a way that is an honest relationship of give and take, where I'm not just constantly crying on their shoulder, make everything better, fix it all, because, you know, my different deities are kind of like, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, do what you gotta do. Don't come crying to me first, you work on it first. So, anyways, today's long ramble on self-image is about also the fact that if you have absolutely zero going on for yourself, for self-respect, esteem, whatever you try to apply to your craft, whether it's witchcraft, Wicca, your divination abilities, whatever in the metaphysical you try to apply to yourself, if you give yourself zero, then zero you will get back. So how do you combat all this? Well, like I said, I'm no expert, but here's my top 3 things. Find something. Find anything and be positive about it. You have beautiful eyes, you have beautiful hair, you know how to rock, you know, a kicky pair of boots. I don't care. Find something. Love yourself. Number 2, don't be afraid to face your demons. And by that I mean, for the longest time I wore clothes like a hefty bag, and now I will have a bit of a roll on my stomach and I go with it. I am fat. I am. Wearing shapeless clothes is pointless. I might as well own who and what I am and work it. Lastly, there is a myth that being overweight, there's no difference and you can pretty much live your whole life trouble-free. That is not true. There can be sleep disturbances, diabetes. There are complications when you become increasingly overweight and age. I'm sorry, it is true. How you choose to address that is nobody's business but your own. And if somebody is pressing you hard to go to the gym or do something radical in your life and you're not comfortable with that, push back and remind them that it's your life. Thank you for your concern, but drop it. You don't need the pressure. And that's really about all you can do with that. I've had some well-meaning souls drive me insane, and they've actually made the dysmorphia worse. So giving people a line, so to speak, is where you got to go with that. Because if you allow somebody else to tear up your soul, how are you going to apply yourself to your path? You're not. Alright, in the words of my friend RuPaul, he doesn't know me, but we're friends. Trust me, we are. If you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love anybody else? Can I get an amen up in here? Yes, we can. And hit that like button, enjoy lots of coffee, and give yourself a little bit of love, because trust me, there's something about you that's worthwhile. I have faith. Keep reading your cards, keep looking at your tea leaves, and hit the like button so you know when I let out my next video. Feel free to comment below. I'll answer. Have a great day.